Hi, my name is Katie Dineen and I will be with your child for AP World History this year. In this video, I'm going to take you on a brief tour of our Canvas site so that you can assist your child if they're ever having trouble accessing course materials. And I will also show you some resources you can use to extend the conversations we have in our classroom to your homes. So I'm going to share my screen now to first our syllabus. This is AP World History Modern. That is an important connotation I'll explain in a moment. But it is offered by the College Board, which means students will have the opportunity to sit for an exam in May, through which they can earn college credit. We're not exactly sure what this exam will look like yet, but I can assure you that any assessment students sit for throughout this year will model what we can expect to see in May. Our course overview, really world history as it's offered here at Princeton High School covers everything from the advent of agriculture to the present day, 10,000 BCE to the present. However, the College Board last year began offering this, which is AP World History Modern, and an AP World History Ancient, which in many states where 2 years of world history are required for graduation makes sense. But here in Jersey, it's only New Jersey and Alabama actually that require 2 years of US history for graduation. We have a little less time. So this foundations unit is meant to ensure that students have the foundational understanding of early societies that will grow into the empires we study this year, of major world belief systems like Hinduism, Buddhism, and Islam that developed during this period and are the fabric of many of the societies we'll study this year, and are able to see pre-colonial history and celebrate pre-colonial history in many of the regions of the world that we'll study this year. So for the first few weeks of our course, we're on this foundations unit, and then sometime in October, we'll start with our first unit in the late post-classical era. And each unit, more or less, will line up with a different quarter. Now, speaking of that quarter model, there are 2 assignments that students have each quarter that they complete at their own pace, on their own time. Quarterly assignment 1 enables them to engage with an aspect of history that's interesting to them on a deeper level. And there's also a current events write-up. This is my favorite part. In November of last year, actually, we had a lot of students writing about coronavirus before I had even heard of it. So this really, the main idea is to provide students with an opportunity to look at events in the world around them within their historical context. This is also an opportunity for you to ask your children about what they're doing in AP World, because the current events they choose to write about, you will more or less have exposure to and be able to help them learn more about. Okay. The other quarterly assignment that students will complete is just a review packet with key terms and key concepts from that unit of study. So these are completed at students' own pace, on their own time. Every other assignment that students complete will be started together in a Zoom meeting. So in the modules that you see here, each day students will work on a different assignment. Unless it is designated as a pre-read, students will just come to class that day and will get started on the assignment, and they can finish it on their own or with their working groups with guidance and support from me. If students are ever confused about what we are working on any given day, when they click on our course and come to our homepage, it'll say, today we are working on this. They click on it, they access the assignment, and then the Zoom meeting link, it's the same for every class meeting this whole year. We'll almost always start that assignment together in the Zoom meeting for them to complete then with their working groups. The last thing I want to show you are some useful links for you and for your students, your children. On my website, dineenphs.weebly.com, there are some important links for both you and your students to be able to maintain communication with me, get more information about registering for the AP World History exam. But I've also linked resources, many of which I use to access primary and secondary sources that I use to create course materials. So if students want to begin their research with primary sources, these are some of the places that I've had a lot of success finding them. There's also supplemental resources. So say we learn about something that students have a particular interest in. There's extra movies and podcasts, magazines, interactive sites for students to go to learn more about what we've been introduced to in class. This list will get longer and longer throughout the year. I'll continue adding to it, but this is just what immediately came to my mind. So for you and for your kids, this is a way to extend learning beyond the classroom. If you have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to contact me. In all of the quarterly newsletters, you'll have information about parent Zoom sessions, ways to reach me. Your child's enjoyment in this course is my #1 priority. So any way I can work with you to make that possible, I'm really happy to do that. Good luck this year. From the bottom of my heart, good luck this year. And enjoy the rest of your back to school night videos.